Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your morning yoga class. We'll start today in a seated position. So coming up into a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall, as if you're extending the crown of your head up to the ceiling. And then gently as you inhale, exhale and drop the shoulders away from the ears. Closing down the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. Just starting to lengthen and deepen the breath. As you inhale, start to know that you're inhaling. As you exhale, know that you're exhaling. Keep breathing consciously in this way, becoming really intimate with the breath this morning. Taking note of the feeling of the breath, temperature of the breath, the oceanic movement of the breath as you inhale and exhale. Trying to even out the length of the breath. So the inhale and the exhale are similar in length. Without forcing, just breathing with awareness. One more breath in this manner. Let's exhale together. Slowly blinking open the eyes. Placing your fingertips to the mat lightly beside you. As you inhale, just dropping your right ear towards your right shoulder. Practicing with curiosity today, just noticing. Noticing the sensations in your body. Noticing the chatter of the mind, the inner critic. Trying not to engage with any talk that your mind is telling you today. Just noticing when it happens. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale gently, dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. Definitely not forcing, just giving the body time to gently awake after what was hopefully a good night's sleep. Inhale, coming back to center. Dropping the neck towards the back of the room without straining, maybe just softly gazing up at the ceiling. And then rounding your back and bringing your chin to your chest. One more like that, very gently opening up the heart. Maybe the gaze goes up. Exhaling, chin to chest. Sitting up tall, taking your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Bringing your right fingertips gently behind you. And then sitting up tall as you inhale. And as you exhale, maybe gazing towards the back of the room. The twist comes from the upper thoracic. Inhale once more here. Exhaling to the back of the room. Inhale, bringing your gaze back to the front. Keep your left hand where it is. Bringing your top arm up and over your head. Your weight can shift into your right hip. Inhale, coming back to center. Placing the left hand, right hand to the outside of your left thigh, left fingertips gently behind you. Inhaling to sit up tall. Exhaling to twist. One more breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling to twist. Keeping your right hand where it is. Sweeping your left arm up and over your left ear. Shifting the weight into the left side to help you balance. Taking a breath here. Noticing whether you're carrying anything with you that happened yesterday, that happened in your sleep. After you woke up this morning, rounding the shoulders up and away from the ears. And trying to exhale anything that you might be holding on to. Changing the rotation. Starting this new day fresh. Leaving the cobwebs of yesterday behind. So we'll come onto all fours. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Let's today turn the fingers out towards the sides of the mat. And come first of all into rotation. So you're bringing your shoulders out to the right, forward, over to the left and back. So 2 more in this way, just waking up through the wrists. Keep a slight bend in the elbows. And then come back the other way. Adding any little movements that you might feel like doing in this shape. Really connecting with the body and thinking about what your body needs today. Returning your fingertips to the front. We'll inhale to drop our belly towards the mat for cow pose. Curling the hips up towards the ceiling. Opening the chest. And then pushing through the palms, tucking the hips. We're going to round our back up towards the ceiling. Maybe bringing our weight, our shoulders forward of the fingertips. And then come back to your cat cow. We'll do that again. Inhaling for cow. Exaggerating the movement a little bit. Belly towards the mat. Hips towards the ceiling. Opening through the chest. And then exhaling, tucking the hips first, rounding up through the back, really doming the back up to the ceiling, chin towards the chest. Maybe moving your torso forward. Shoulders come in front of the fingertips. Exhale back to center. 1 more. Coming into your cow pose. And then rounding up into your cat pose. Coming forward. And then coming all the way back into your child's pose. Hips towards your heels. Gently starting to walk the fingertips forward. Letting the head go. Bringing the forehead towards the mat. And then just take a couple of deep breaths here. Maybe feeling the belly on the thighs. Noticing the oceanic movement of the breath. Inflating as you inhale. Softening as you exhale. From there, we'll inhale back to all fours, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, Coming up to your downward facing dog. So first downward dog of the practice, let's pedal through the feet, bending one knee, then the other. And then when you're ready, coming to stillness. So you can definitely keep a bend in the knees. It's always a good idea. But try and tilt the hips up towards the ceiling like you were doing in your cat-cow. Maybe think about moving the back of the thighs to the back of the room. Broadening through the shoulders as if you're trying to bring the armpits to face each other. Fingers spread wide. Pushing away from the floor. And just let the head be heavy. Maybe nod, yes, we love this shape. No, we don't want to come out of it yet. And then just 2 breaths in your downward dog. Inhaling together. Exhaling out of the mouth. Coming onto the balls of your feet. Start to tiptoe towards the front of the mat. And when you get there, inhale to halfway lift. So looking forward. Your fingertips can be on the mat or they can be on your shin. And then exhale to fold. Bending the knees, sweeping the arms up, coming up to standing. Palms touch overhead. Exhaling the hands back to heart center. We'll come into some front A's. So inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Arms in, elbows into the ribs or knees to the mat. The exhale takes you all the way down. Inhaling for upward dog or cobra, you choose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Letting it go. Tiptoe to the front of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bending the knees, sweeping yourself up. Palms overhead. Maybe a little back bend in this one. Exhale, coming down. Forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Exhale to chaturanga or knees to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale to let it go. Journeying up to the top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Maybe heel toeing the feet a little bit wider apart so they're at hip distance. And coming into your forward fold, just arriving there. Maybe you're going to rock a little bit forwards and back on the feet, making sure your weight is evenly through the front and the heel of the foot. Maybe you're going to bend your knees, that's really recommended, and bring your belly towards your thighs. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Head is heavy, hands, you decide where you need them to be. Floor, ankles, opposite elbows. And then just returning to the breath. witnessing the breath. After your next exhale, blinking open the eyes if they've been closed, gently bringing your left hand to the mat, bending the left knee, opening up, right arm to ceiling. Exhaling, coming down, swapping sides, right hand down, right knee bends, opening up towards the ceiling. Exhaling and swapping, left hand down, right arm up. Maybe half binding the right arm. Maybe searching for your left thigh. Opening your chest out to the right. As if you're trying to open the shoulder to the back of the room. Breathing here. And then as you exhale, swapping hands, bending the right knee, inhaling the left arm up. Exhaling, staying there, or maybe you half bind. Opening your chest towards the left side of the room. Opening your shoulder if you're in the half bind. And then exhaling, coming back through a forward fold, bending the knees, chin to chest, rolling yourself up. Shoulders come away from the ears, chin lifts up. Palms face forward, weight evenly through the feet, engaging the kneecaps. Slight tilt of the pelvis, shoulders down. Just standing here in your mountain pose. Following the breath. From there, hands to hips, we'll just step the feet so they hip distance apart. Bending the knees, coming into your chair pose. So hips back, look at your toes, make sure they're not grasping the mat, and make sure you can see them underneath your knees. And then sitting back a little bit more, reaching the arms up. Maybe having your ears on the inside of your arms. Breathing here. And then inhale, standing up. Palms touch overhead. Maybe we tilt back a little bit, squeezing the glutes. And then exhaling back into our chair pose. Hands to heart center or hands behind. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, reaching back with your hands. Maybe sitting a little bit lower. Looking forward, maybe floating the heels up off the mat. Balancing on the balls of your feet. Keeping the gaze steady, even as you notice the movement going on in your feet to keep your heels up. And then heels down, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to halfway lift, hands down. Stepping the right foot back, stepping the left foot back. Widen the stance of the feet. Come into your plank pose, squeezing those glutes, rounding up through the upper back. And then as you exhale, dropping the heels to the right side. Inhale back to center. Dropping the heels to the left. Inhale back to center. Chaturanga, elbows in towards the ribs. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, rolling over your feet. Taking a breath here. Exhaling, noticing if there's any more space from when you first started the practice. Inhale, floating forward into your plank pose. Squeezing the glutes, engaging through the legs, pushing up through the upper back. And then exhaling, heels to the right. Maybe becoming light on the left fingers. Maybe lifting the left arm up and over. Up to the ceiling, maybe over your ear. Lifting your bottom waist away from the floor. And then left hand down to the mat. Heels back to center. Over to the other side. Reaching, pushing the mat away with your left hand. Light on your right fingers. And then maybe lifting your right arm up. Your feet are staggered, one in front of the other. Maybe you lengthen your top arm over your ear. All the time lifting your bottom waist away from the mat. And then exhaling, coming back to center. Knees to the mat. Pushing back into your child pose. Forehead towards the mat. Just returning to the breath. Watching the breath. Slowly return to normal. Noticing the sensations in the body. No judgment. Just noticing. Inhale, slowly rounding yourself back to seat, chin to chest. Coming onto your shins. Making sure there's 2 fist difference between your knees. And then inhale, coming back up to your kneeling position. Hands onto the back of the hips as if you're putting your hands into jean pockets. Thumbs turn out. Engage the glutes to open up through the front of the legs first, this area here. So squeezing the glutes to open here. Squeezing the shoulder blades together to open the heart. And then maybe start to lean back, as if you're rounding your upper back over a big ball. But this area here, the front of your thighs, your glutes, don't change. They're facing forward. They're moving forward energetically. As you're opening your heart, maybe the elbows come a bit closer together in this camel pose, making sure you're not straining the neck. And then as you exhale, coming back to sit on your calves. Gently placing your palms facing up on your thighs, sitting up tall, gaze is softly facing forward. Taking an inhale here. Exhaling to let go. Right hand out to the side, just bring your legs around. Coming into Dandasana, seated pose. So tall spine, fingertips beside you on the mat, legs long in front of you. And then from there, inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, belly to spine. Start to reach forward. As if you're trying to take a big ball just in front of your feet. When you can't reach anymore, fingertips to the mat, rounding yourself in. Using the inhale to fill up. The exhale to soften. Never forcing, there's nowhere, there's no destination we're trying to get to. Just letting the exhale soften you from the inside. Inhaling to fill up, to replenish something. Exhale to release. Inhale, rounding yourself back up to seated. Exhaling, arms reaching in front of you, curling your spine down onto your back, belly to spine. Moving as slowly as you can, chin to chest. Gently coming into a lying position when you reach the earth. Bending your knees up for bridge pose. So heels under the knees, feet facing forward, palms down. Pushing through the feet, start to curl your hips up towards the ceiling. Weight coming into your shoulders, making sure the neck's relaxed. Squeezing the glutes. So knees and feet facing in the same direction. The lift comes from the glutes. Breathing here. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly start to lower yourself down, one vertebra at a time. Letting the knees knock together, the feet splay wide to the edges of the mat. Maybe turning the palms up. And then bringing your arms out to a T. Separating the knees again. As you exhale, just let the knees drop over to the right. Again, no forcing, there's nowhere that they have to go. Softening through the body as you exhale. Maybe gazing up or over your left arm. The right way is the way that feels good in your body. On the next inhale, knees come back to the ceiling and just letting them drift over to the other side. Massaging with the breath. Softening everything. Inhaling, knees up to the center. Heel toe your feet back in together. Hands to your shins. Just giving your knees a little squeeze towards your chest. Maybe rocking gently on the spine to massage the lower back. And from there, gently extending the legs down the mat. Palms face up. Taking up as much space on the mat as you can. Big inhale. Exhaling into your Shavasana. Few moments of rest for the body and the mind. The invitation to stay longer is there if you'd like a longer Shavasana. Otherwise, starting to deepen the breath, bringing some movement to the fingers and the toes. And very gently rolling to one side, eyes closed if you can, and bringing yourself up towards a seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, fingers lightly beside you on the mat. Deep breaths in and out. From there, we'll sweep our arms up overhead, lifting your eyes towards your fingertips, maybe blinking them open, watching the fingertips touch together. And then exhaling your hands to heart center, connecting your thumbs with your heart, bowing your forehead towards your fingertips. Connection of the mind to the heart, body to breath. Thank you for trusting me with your practice this morning. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you on the mat next time.